And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon and welcome to the market recap. Standing in for Dan Hodgman, I'm John Hoagland. Thanks for trusting us with your time. Still Monday, August the 30th. Hopefully you had a profitable trading day. What started out as markets staying pretty close to the bone offered some pretty decent opportunities, particularly in the equities. The S&P and the Nasdaq continued to new highs after failing to close the gap. When we always talk about the gap rules, that's what we mean. If the market opens outside of the previous day's range and we can't close that gap, we trade in the direction of the gap. A couple of good examples of that today in the equities. Of course, we will see those shortly. Crude prices remain firm on Hurricane Ida supply disruption fears. Not tremendously, kind of traded both sides of settlement, so it wasn't a very directional day, but market prices did hold up. Gold pulled back to a major support level, as a matter of fact, very close to last week's weekly kickoff level. Again, we'll see that shortly. The euro holds Friday's support level and basically just stays in value all day long. In the 10 years, remember, the treasuries rolled over into December. Make sure that you're trading December. If you didn't do that today, definitely do that tomorrow. As Fed continues to downplay rate hikes, rates trade lower, bond prices move higher. A lot of talk this morning in the news about how Chairman Powell is trying to separate the coming bond buyback, kind of pulling back on that from changing rates at any time soon. So the market kind of absorbing that information. Other news, we had the SEC announcing that they're going to be thinking about banning selling order flow information. Now, Robinhood is a big company that sells order flow information about the stocks that retail traders are buying and selling. Robinhood stock hit the skids just after that happened. So that's going to be an interesting ruling. I mean, it's going to kind of change the face of a few companies out there. As far as other news is concerned, it's a lot of concern about the situation over in Kabul. Tomorrow we're supposed to end the mission to help evacuate people that don't really want to stay there, and hopefully all of those who want to leave get the opportunity to leave. I know we've all been thinking and praying for all of them. Also, we got Hurricane Ida made landfall yesterday, still just pouring on the rain through the country. So of course we're hoping for the safety and everybody in the path of Hurricane Ida, and this is kind of it on the news. And right now they're just talking about how the Nasdaq and the S&P closed at record highs. Wall Street looking for a strong finish to August would be good. That would be good. As always, I got to say hello to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm always saying good morning on the market forecast, but good afternoon, George. Frederico traded soybean oil. Interesting. Hopefully it was profitable for you. Ricardo, good afternoon. Vince, good to see you. Theo, NP, sup. NM, I should say. Mr. Shine's Mystery Channel, hello. Ange. Dan looks different today. Yes. Yeah, he's the younger, smarter, and better looking version of me. And screwed up again. My patience needs work. Well, we always need help with patience in this in trading. I think it's very, very difficult to try and remain calm and patient and just wait for those opportunities to come to us. Mr. John, can I use the same link for Wednesday's group coaching, or do I have to keep signing in? I think you can sign in for one. I'm going to put the link in right now so you can go ahead and sign up again if you need to. All are, of course, welcome. PD, got to run early. Hey, enjoy your daughter's soccer game. Those were some really good times when I was enjoying my kids and their sports. I helped coach my son's baseball team for years, and my daughter was a cheerleader, and my son was also a football player, so I did a lot of announcing for the football games, which was always a lot of fun. I've got some really good stories about that. Maybe sometime we'll talk about that, but not today. Yeah, just go ahead and sign in again, Ricardo. We've got plenty of room. When you open it up, I think it gives you a whole list of dates that you can sign up. I'm not sure if it'll let you sign up for one or all. Check it out. Let us know. And we're going to take a look at the charts here. As always, I like to start with the daily and crude, but we're just going to look at the 30-minute here. We got 69.80 weekly kickoff high. Excuse me. Forgive me about that. We had the market really opening in range and value with a very small range from Friday opening, looking lower, looking higher, never even approaching kind of a volatile overnight period of overnight session, never approaching overnight high or low. I thought today was probably a pretty challenging trading day. For crude oil, it didn't really see it getting into any really good or important levels. I mean, we closed the gap from Thursday to Friday on the downside. On the upside, we just kind of flirted with last week's high for the better part of the afternoon. Not a tremendous trading day in crude oil, if you were asking me. I didn't really do much in it. There was a pretty decent opportunity, if I remember right. Let's take a look at this. Through A period and B period, the first 30 minutes, first half, or first hour. On that third hour, that when the market came back and tested near this low right here and didn't take it out, that really was kind of the best opportunity of the day. I didn't see, where the buying came in down here until the second time down. We didn't take out the low. This was about a 6-tick difference, and we could have risked maybe about 10 ticks to have a move in the opposite direction, which actually turned out to be really a pretty nice trade. At 100 ticks to me, hey, that's a pretty nice trade. So, if we were looking for just a cheap opportunity when the third 30-minute period came down, couldn't take out this low, it was worth about 100 ticks. And, I'll take 100 ticks wherever I can pick them up. E-mini S&Ps, one of the markets we were looking at this morning that kept things pretty close to the bone. Settlement was, right here. We had last week's high. We had a value high from Friday. We had just put in a fresh overnight all-time high. We know that the market doesn't like that. Didn't take very long for the market to come and try and close the gap, which ended up being about 1 tick from closing. Didn't close the gap and just found buyers all the way up. We had some pretty decent negative delta against direction. Is that telling us that buyers are still coming into this market in longer time frame? Tomorrow will tell. Make sure you check your open interest in the morning. Nasdaq, same situation. Settlement, value high, last week's high, point of control, all right in the neighborhood. The Nasdaq just started right away, right on the open. The opening range was the low of the regular trading hour session. The opening tick was the low of the opening range. No attempt to close this gap whatsoever. had this market moving to the upside all day long, and for the most part, coming off a little bit here at the end, a little profit taking in short time frame. Gold. So we were looking at this morning. There was no overnight inventory. There was no real reason to think about getting into this market really early in the session. I believe we talked a little bit about the value area high from Friday being an interesting area for sort of an execution. The market came down and traded right to the point of control, but not till the end of the day. I don't think that this was easy trading day. I know we talk about when we open outside of value, rejecting value upon coming back to it for an opportunity, but it didn't happen until way late in the day. Just basically when the market is over, when it's closed, the market finally kind of gave us this opportunity down there and didn't really provide a great opportunity in that direction. What I do like about this is last week's weekly kickoff high was 1807. Okay, it took several attempts to get through that 1807 to 1809 level. We had a couple of attempts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Finally, we broke out to the upside. And where did we trade back down to today? We traded back down to 1810. Now, 1809 is really the kind of top edge of this area of potential support. It's going to be perhaps important moving on as the week goes on, the fact that we were unable to actually trade all the way to that range, that resistance range, now perhaps support. In the euro, we spoke a little bit this morning about there was no real overnight inventory. We were just putting in this low here when we were in the market forecast, and I said, this little area of consolidation here, there's a single line of TPOs that I'm going to be looking for as a support. This single line of the 90-minute or the 30-minute chart. Okay, there's no price overlap between here and here. This was rejection on Friday, and while price remains above, it is rejection below price. So it may provide a degree of support, which it did right when we were talking about it, and the market kind of rotated and finished the day on the upside. It wasn't a huge opportunity, but I'm just kind of pleased that the market kind of held where we were thinking about it might hold. Didn't trade it. It wasn't a kind of a big enough opportunity for the risk, but at least we've got a kind of a base point low for the week, potentially. We'll see how this plays out. Be interested to find out how much open interest changed in this as well. And the 10-year. Hey, they're trying to make sure that the reduction of bond buybacks in 2021, 2022 are not going to be directly related to interest rates, and that I think was enough to have our interest rates come off. They were, up around 1.3% this morning, if I remember correctly, 1.3%, and by the end of the day, Gotta take a look here. So by the end of the day, 1.28. So off just a little bit, not a tremendous amount, but enough to put some bids under the 10-year pricing. So we're going to be seeing if we brought in some open interest in this tomorrow. If so, what does it look like on the daily? You got to remember, it is somewhat rollover, so we're still relatively range bound, still pretty centrally located between weekly kickoff high and low, just centrally located in that range. We've got last week's high just above that. Let me see what things look like tomorrow morning. Again, this is Monday. It is just the first few pages of the chapter in trading that we're all going to write this week. So make sure you write well, and spelling counts. Use good grammar and profit. That's the idea for us. That's our job, is to provide liquidity, and for that service we bring to the market, we have the opportunity to profit. And we look forward to doing that, and we'd like to see all of you profit. So PD's first soccer game for her senior year. All right, PD, good to see you. So I think we usually talk about what this day in history is. And in 1967, on August 30th, Thurgood Marshall becomes the first African American to be confirmed as a Supreme Court justice. And I don't see too much. I think this song is everybody's favorite song that they will not admit to enjoying. Christopher Cross has his first of two #1 hits with Sailing. I know you guys all know what I'm talking about. I love the song, but when it first came out, I would never admit to it. I love sailing in general, so the song kind of talks to me a little bit. Yeah, that's about all the positive stuff. However, I know that last one was in music. John Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas was born on this day in 1935. In 1969, a 3-day Texas pop festival took place featuring Janis Joplin, Led Zeppelin, Sam and Dave, Santana, Johnny Winter, Grand Funk Railroad, B.B. King, Canned Heat, and Chicago. Over 120,000 attended the festival. In 1988, Bruce Springsteen's wife, Julianne, filed for divorce on this day after newspapers published photos of Springsteen and backing singer Pater Cialfa together. Who knows? I mean, it's rock and roll, right? It's about all the fun stuff I got for us there. So, all right. We've got 4 more days this week with which to profit. Tomorrow, Case-Shiller home price, 8 o'clock Central. FHFA home price, same time. Chicago PMI, 8:45 Central. Consumer confidence, 9 o'clock Central. The rest of the week, it will all be about employment or lack thereof. So, on that note, let's call this a recap. Dan sends his love, and he apologizes for not being here with you today, but he should be back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the recap on Wednesday. Dan will be doing the recap on Thursday. Well, one of us will be here with you no matter what. In the meantime, I'll be with you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. We have the Coach's Playbook tomorrow, which we're going to be discussing our favorite trading movies. Maybe a little entertainment for us. And then, of course, group coaching on Wednesday. I'm going to have an announcement tomorrow morning also about some new plans for some more opportunities for us to spend some time together and talking trading. All right. The random historical fun facts. Yeah, it's after the markets. We're flat. We're calming down, settling in to do our homework probably, and always interested to find out what happened last year. So I'm glad you enjoy that, Coop. Trade well. If you're going to be trading tonight, make sure you keep your powder dry. Some more opportunities for us tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you then. See you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.